This video is to introduce us to the learning management system. To have access to the platform, all you need to do is to launch your web browser like this. After launching your web browser, on the address bar, you enter the IP address of the server where the learning management system is residing. Then, with a forward slash and the directory. For instance, you have to enter something like this: 10.10.20.2 slash DLHS space by LMS if the IP address of the server is what I've quoted. But if it is not, the administrator in your school, which is a computer ICT, will tell you what the IP address is and the directory where the software is residing on the server. Now, but in my own case here, because I am accessing the content from my local system, instead of using an IP address, I use what we call localhost. Localhost is the directory where all content that are being developed by programmers on a development system reside. Where the server that root out the content reside is normally called localhost. So localhost slash the directory, which is DLHS and LMS, then the page which is the startup page for the application. The users in the application include the admin, the students, and the teachers. On this page, this is the sign-in button for both the teacher and the student. For students and teachers who are not registered in the platform, students will register from this point. Once they click on that, a field will appear where they will input their ID number, the first name, last name, the class, then put in their username and password. Then on the other hand, the teachers can also do the same for a fresh registration. So when that is done, they can now sign in with their username and password. The first aspect of the program I want to go through is the admin module. And for me to do that, I'll sign into the admin by clicking on this link here. This takes me to where the admin will log in. The admin module is very essential because he plays a key role in this application. So I'm going to sign in now as the admin, username and password. If it's accepted, it's going to show me access granted. Then it will take me to the admin module. Now this is the admin module. The username here, the name of the admin will show, which shows his profile and where he can log out. Now by the left hand side, we have the dashboard. This dashboard has all the items the admin can work on to make users to be able to use the system effectively. The first on the list is the subject link. This link is the link that directs the admin to the page where he creates all the subjects that are offered in the school. It is open-ended, is designed as a content management system so that the admin will be able to impute various subjects. For instance, there are some of our campuses where business study is done, and in some campuses, business study is not done. So if I had written the application and put in the subject myself, it means they will not be able to change or edit it over there. So but it is designed in such a way that they have the freedom to be able to impute the subject of their choice. So I click on the subject menu now, then page opens. On this page, the admin can add the list of the subject they are offering in the school by clicking on add. When you click on add, a pop-up menu comes up where he will add the subject code, the subject title, the unit, that is the number of period per week, then the subject is adding for which term, is it for first term, second term, or third term, then the description of the subject. That description is relative. It can just write whether it is for junior school or for senior school, or what the description of the subject is all about. After that is done, you click on save. Now I want to say, for instance, if I want to add a subject like social study, and the subject code is social study for basic 8, I can decide to take it SOS and put 8 in the front. That means social study for basic 8. Then subject title, I call it social studies. Social studies. Then number of units, maybe 3 period per week. Then the term, I take the term. Then the description. Then I click on save. Then the subject I've added now has been saved here. Look at it here. I have SOS 8. So I just added it. Now let's assume during the process of adding the subject, I made a mistake. All I need to do is to come to this link. This is an edit link. This pencil light with green background. Click on this. Then it open up that subject. So whichever mistake was made when I was imputing it from the first time initially, I'll be able to correct that and save it again. So let's say I made a mistake. The social study was not meant for basic 8, it was meant for basic 9. So I impute the correction and click on update. Then when that is done, it is updated immediately. So all the subjects that have been entered here can be corrected and updated at any time. And in case we don't want that subject in the list anymore, all you need to do is to select the subject you don't want and click on this red button with a trash can. That is just a sign of delete. When you click on that, it's going to ask you if you are sure you want to delete that. You take yes. Once you click on yes, that subject is immediately what? Deleted from the database of subject. So that is how the admin will add subject. Now this area is very important, because if the administrator did not add the subject to be offered during registration by teachers, they will not see the subject available from the database, because it is actually going to be selected from the drop down menu. So the admin needs to add all the subject before teachers will be able to select subject to their class. Then the next thing is to create class, the classes that exist in the school. On this part, you see a list of some of the classes I have created. We have basic 7 diamond, basic 7 gold, basic 7 emerald, basic 7 jasper, and so on and so forth. Now all the list is depending on what classes exist in that school. So to add a class, all that needed to be done is for the admin to click on the add button, then select the class to be added. So for instance, I want to add a class here. I want to see maybe a senior class, SS1 science. If that is a class that exists, just add it and click on this plus button. The class will be immediately added. Now when you look at this list, you will discover that the name of the class I've added now does not really did not show. The reason is because there are a lot of classes that have been added. So if you want to see all the classes that have been added, you will scroll from one page to another. This is the first page. To get to the second page, you click on 2. That will load the second page. Then you want to get the third page, you click on 3. That will load the third page. So if we have so many classes, the number of pages will continue. So that is that in adding the classes. Then the next thing is admin user. In case if the ICT person in the school wants to add other users that will help him in administering the platform. Maybe they have up to 2 or 3 ICT teachers in the school, and at times he may not be around, and when he's not around, if there's an issue on the platform, he needs somebody to help him to be able to see to how to resolve the problem for the people who are using it. Because for you to be able to do that, the person will need to sign in as an admin user. So for him to be able to achieve that, all he needs to do is to create other admin users. So here I have 2 admin users. One is Isaiah Lucky, another one is Chigozie Asogwa. All these ones are just admin users that I've created, which at the time of deployment I will delete them and create a new admin user for the campus. So the same way I will use in creating new admin user is what the administrator in the campus will use to add another admin user. So all it does is you come here, you enter the first name. So let's see the name of the new admin user to be added now is Paul, P-A-U-L. Then that is his first name. Then let's say his last name is Peter. Then we select a username for him. Now I will just select a username of my choice, PA and PE. That is picking the first and the second letter of the first name and the first and second letter of the second name. I'm just using that so as to make things easy for me. Then I repeat the same thing as his password. Select a password for him. Then I click on save. That user has been added automatically as an admin user. So that is that about the admin user menu. Then the next thing we want to look at is the department. Click on the department menu. All departments that exist in the school: senior school, junior school, computer study, humanities, mathematics, languages, and all that. So it depends on the departments that exist in the school. So all the admin need to do is to add the name of the department here and the name of the person in charge. For instance, let's say we want to create another department here, say technology department, for instance, technology. Then the name of the person in charge of technology department, let's say his name is James, and his surname is Bernard. Click on that button. It's immediately added to the list of departments. Then students. On the student row, the admin user will actually need to add the names of students based on their classrooms that have been created one by one. The essence of this is not to allow somebody who is not known by the school to have access to the system, because before a student will register from the front page of registration for students, the registration details the student will supply will need to be authenticated by what the admin has supplied to this application. So before you will have access to complete registration, authentication, and confirmation, the admin user will have initiated the process of registration from this page. So all the admin user need to do is to get a list of students from the various class. For instance, like here, we have Basic 7 Diamond. So he will liaise with the class teacher of Basic 7 Diamond, and you need to actually give an Excel template to the class teacher that will have this field: the class, the ID number of the student, which is normally admission number, then the first name and the last name of the student. He has no business with username and password. It is when the student will authenticate, they will choose a username and password of their choice. And all this is done to put in some checks and balances so that Nobody can just come in and register himself into the platform and begin to have access to those details. If that is done, it means the system has been compromised by the admin user. So this is put in place as a check so that nobody can just have access to the system. So the admin user does that registration for students. It does the same for teachers who are registered in the to use the app. So when he's to do that for teachers, he will select the department the teacher falls into. Is he in computer science department? Is he in humanities? Is he in junior school? Is he in the languages? Is he in the mathematics? Is he in senior school or in technology department? So let's say, for instance, we want to register a teacher in any of these departments. Let's say mathematics department. I select the first name is Jude, then the name, the second name is Oko. I click on OK. He has been registered as a user under the mathematics department. So the admin does that for all the teachers in the school. The same way, he will need to get a list of all the teachers and the department each of them belongs to, then be able to register them effectively. At the initial time, it will take some work for the admin user, but the truth is that he only has to do that once. After he's done that for the first time, everything becomes easy for him to manage. The next thing we want to look at is this content here. I skip downloadable material and uploaded assignment because for now I want to assume nothing has been uploaded for students by the teachers to download, and no assignment have been uploaded by teachers for students to download. So the admin here can track what goes on. Material that have been uploaded, it can track. Assignments that have been uploaded, the admin can also track that. Now, the content or the items we see in the menu bar at the home page, this is where all the contents are uploaded. For instance, mission, where the mission and the vision of Deeper Life High School can be added here for people to view. So this is the mission: to produce students who are academically well-grounded, morally upright, and adequately equipped as future leaders. So let's assume you make a mistake, or this is not what you want. Because it is a content management system, it is easy for the admin to edit and correct whatever it needs to correct. All you need to do is clean whatever is not there and add whatever it needs to add and click on update button. For instance, I've clicked on update button. If we go back to that mission again, you will discover that the last thing I removed is no more there. And when people view it at the home page, they will discover that this change I've just done now is effected at the home page. That is the beauty of any content management system. So I want to correct it now: to produce students who are academically well-grounded, morally upright, and adequately equipped as future leaders. So I click on update and it will be corrected immediately. So, and whichever item is not needed here, is not needed, can be deleted. And whichever item that is not here that you feel you want to add can also be what? Added. Let's say we want to add a new item that will be seen in the home page. I can just click on that add, then maybe I give it resumption date as a name, then all the necessary detail about resumption, we can now add them here. Just keep typing and adding all the detail based on what we want. New date for resumption is, if that's what we want, added that, and at the home page we can actually see the new things to be added. I'm trying to access the home page so that we can have a feel of what I am saying. So I'm back the admin now. This is the home page. So now next thing is user log. This is the aspect that is very important for the admin to actually be observing regularly. And this is one beauty of the of the application. The user log tracks all the users who are logging in based on the date and time captured by their system will be revealed there. All the activities, the time they log in, how they log in will be revealed. So, and what the time will be revealed, and who was the person with the username and password will be revealed as they log in. The next thing is the activity. As the people log in, what are the activity that are done? So let's say, for instance, they have more than one admin user. The other admin can also track what other admin users are doing. So, for instance, an admin user logged in today, 8th of September 2014, at about 11:38. And what did he do? He added a subject SOS Basic 8. If you remember, when I was on the subject menu, I added that subject SOS. It's showing it here. And who is the person? His username is showing there as admin. This is the username showing. This is what he added. Now, not quite long, when I was putting you through the subject menu, I say, okay, assuming you made a mistake when adding the subject and you want to edit, we use the edit feature. I change the SOS 8, basic 8, I change it to what? Basic 9. It's showing me here, and the time 11:39, just about 1 minute or so after I created the subject. It's now showing me that the subject was edited. Showing me the time. Then it's also showing me at about 11:44, I added a user page. So it's showing me all this, telling us all the activity that go on. It's actually easy for us to track what goes on at the back end by all users. Then here, school year, you create the sessions that we have existing in the school. For instance, we have 2002, 2012 to 2013, 2013 to 2014, 2014 to 2015. We keep creating here. The next session we are going to have now is 2014 to 2015. So if by next you want to add another session, all you need to do is just to add 2015 stroke, you use the forward slash, or you can use a space there between the two, 2016, and you add. You can keep adding on and on, because by the time the teacher is going to add students to their classroom, they will add them based on session. So then the next thing is a calendar of event. Calendar of event, we can save events so that people can view events that are coming up in the home page of the application. So that is that about the admin module. So after the administrator have done all he needed to do in his module, you can log out from here. Clicking on log out, you can see